Hopefully it don't crash this time. Because it was being a pain earlier. We shall see. Hopefully it doesn't crash this time around. This time it was being a little weird. Let's see who's awake. Let's see who wants to join in on the excitement. What's up? What is up? What is up? What is up? I don't know what happened last time. I think it was because my phone's YouTube's app was doing an update at the same time I was starting this thing, or halfway through it, and it froze it. It was kind of weird. I don't know. Who knows? YouTube's weird. Oh, what's up, KJ? How you doing? What is up with you? Voclam, what is up? How are you? What's happening? How y'all doing? Yeah, last time I started the stream, I don't know, 45 minutes through it, it started to freeze. I think it was because YouTube was doing an update. It's funny because it said stability, like how ironic. Yo, yo, real hero. Hey, that rhymed. Yo, yo, real hero. I'm on Twitter and Facebook. But my Facebook, I don't have my gaming channel set up for Facebook yet. My Twitter, it's the same. My name is the same as my name I got here. I have here. You were good. That's good, Oclam. Oh, I'm okay. I was getting a little frustrated earlier because my thing froze. It's weird because when the thing froze, I exited off, exited out of the app, did all that good stuff, and then when I went back on, it still said I was live, but I was buffering. I don't know. Oh gosh, it was frustrating. I'm doing good, real hero. How are you doing, man? Good to see you. Oh yeah, absolutely, KJ. Sunday morning. I like that. Sunday morning. Wow. Yeah, I'll get you on Twitter for sure. But yeah, I was just like, golly, because I was talking about YouTube and what they need to do to help smaller channels. And it was funny, ironically, after I started talking about that, it froze. I think somebody was listening. But basically, I had to delete the video and everything, and it was frustrating because it was a decent conversation. And just so happens to freeze and wanna go a separate way from me. Huh. I think somebody heard me. Somebody YouTube stays up too late. Yeah, these social media platforms are pretty crazy, and I hate when I see update after update after update, and it still flunks out on everybody. I'm just like, gosh, it's so annoying when it does that. Like, especially, I was talking about how, you know, especially YouTube is, I don't know if it's going to be set in stone. I've heard this through the grapevine about having to pay to use their streaming platform or use YouTube in general. And you ain't gonna have many people on there then if they do that. But if that if that was to ever happen, was being the key word, that they sure as hell better not restrict people. They better not. YouTube censorship is starting to become a thing with them, and they're clouding it with the word spam, quote unquote. When it becomes an issue for somebody to say, like, yeah, there's spam accounts out there. We all know that. We all know that. You know, that from advertisement companies to adult sites to things like that. That's a thing, but legitimate people that can't use a support word or say subscribe. Okay, the thing I don't understand, if it is a spam word to say subscribe, why do they have it as a red button? You know what I mean? I don't understand that. Why even have it on there? Why don't they change the subscribe button to follow? It's like, do as I say, not as I do. I don't understand that. That just boggles my mind. We're the ones out there putting in the work. Shouldn't we be able to say, hey, we can say what we want? But they're starting to get to a censorship state. And and they're trying to capitalize on that as well by saying, if we do put a paid service on here, oh yeah, you can say what you want. And I still think it's gonna be a typical used cars salesman technique. Here you go, you got this for how much you paid, but it's not gonna work exactly how it should. I'm you know, I'm going old school a little bit on that one. But God, it's just so frustrating because I hate having to delete people's messages that say, "Oh, I'm here to show support." There's nothing wrong with that word. Personally, to me, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. So why are they tripping? And they it's their system, but quit doing updates to apps. Do a update to your system. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's like, don't forget the app. The app works fine. It's your system that don't work. Quit work. Your IT department needs to work on that, not the app. Or change the follow button, because that button's there for a reason. If it's wrong to say subscribe and y'all want to consider it spam, they obviously don't. The word spam in their eyes is different than the word spam in my eyes, because spam is something that you get. Originally, spam is something that's done over and over and over and over and over again. For instance, if I was to go on here and type in a bunch of stuff, jibber jabber or whatever the hell it is, and I do it over and over again, that's spam. By saying a word one time and having to go through steps to make sure you don't lose numbers, that's ridiculous to me. I don't understand it. And to prove a point why they favor the rich or the big boys in YouTube, I guarantee you, if the people that have over 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, 400,000, go on, so on and so forth, I bet you they go to each other and they say, "Oh, I showed you love, I showed you support," and I guarantee you they do it, because a lot of them collaborate with each other. They don't get people taken away from them. So the system is screwed up. It's frustrating. A grand example, not a grand, but a great example of that is when they had, before February, you could have 1,000 subscribers, and it even goes beyond that. You can have 1,000 subscribers, and you can have a join button on your page. Now what it is, 30,000. 30,000. So that to me proves my point. Original YouTube, back in the day when it was better, you could monetize your video. My videos used to be monetized, and I had like 12 views on it. Well, this is an old account I had way back when. Used to have 12 views, and it was monetized. I made money. I actually made money off of it. Now you have to go through this, that, the other, that, have a million people, blah 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 blah. You know, it's oh god, it's so fucking irritating. But anyway, I'm gonna stop talking about that. It's just I have so many views on the downsides of it. I have more negative things to say, but I don't want to. I don't know. The proof is in the pudding. Let me just put it that way. The proof is in the pudding of how YouTube doesn't really treat. They do nothing to help support the smaller people. And that's a shame, though, because there's more talent with the smaller people than honestly there is with the bigger people. And it's just, oh my god, it is freaking annoying the hell out of me. And the rules just keep getting stricter, stricter, and stricter to the point they're going to say, you can say what you want, but you got to pay $20 a month. You can put licensed music on there because we're getting that money's going towards license fees for you to do that. We're paying not only ad revenue we're also getting payments from, and billions of people are going to do it. Oh, we get to, because they're going to advertise it so well to where people are going to entice people. Oh, definitely. I'll get on there in a moment. I'll get on Twitter and follow you. I got you up here Sunday morning. I got you. But yeah, that's what I'm. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking. I've made too many videos ranting about that. I can go on forever, but you know, some things I need to say. Some things I just have to get off my chest. Can't help it. Let me just see. Hold on a minute. I'm checking something here. Oh wow, ink blot looking thing. Hold on. Let's go back. Oh boy. How is everyone doing? Doing. Let me see something. What can I do with this one? Share. I don't want to mess with that right there, but you know. Man, they don't give you many options on here. Shoot, that sucks. What time is it? 2:41. Oh my gosh, 2:41. Let's see. Damn. Huh, that's weird. I don't know. I'm trying to look at these different options. They don't give you a lot. That's for sure. They need to update that, if anything. Add another field or something, you know? Whoops, get that out of the way. Who's on? Who's this? Weird. So, damn it. No. Oh my gosh, I am so tired. I can't sleep. This sucks. It's a curse. It's a curse. I tell you, it's a curse. It's horrible. 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 I need to really take off my PSN and just put it as a command. God, that sounds really corny. I love the co-op, so let's do it. I really need to change that. That sounds. When I go back and look at it, it looks a little weird. I love the co-op, so let's do it. I need to just make that as a command. Exclamation PSN. Here we go. Here we go. I need to change that. I love the co-op, so let's do it. Man, that's a good way for me to get spammed. For real on PSN. You get any troll on there, find that, and they're going to have a field day. Hey, what's up, Virginia? Virginia's hair salon. What is up? How you doing? Good morning. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, definitely. I appreciate you coming in. This is like, I would say my, excuse me, my second time officially doing it. I tried to do it earlier, but then it froze. YouTube was doing an update, I think, and I just caught it at the wrong time. So it started messing up a little bit. So, yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm just like going, hey, Wicked, what's up? I appreciate the like, my friend. How you doing? And there comes Nightbot. Hey, look, want to see something? I wonder what happens. It says my Nightbot, not. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. Let me start over. My Nightbot timed me out the other day. I'm gonna see what happens. Let's put you in timeout, Nightbot. One person said, yeah. Yeah, appreciate that, Wicked. Yeah, it's a long road, but I'll get there eventually. I'll get up that tree eventually. Yeah, I just gotta, just been grinding like crazy. And I tell you, it's hard, man. You know what I'm talking about. Grinding and, oh man. Between work and work and then streaming, it's hard. It's exhausting. It's fun, it's worth it, but it's just tiring. Like I've been streaming Red Dead. Oh man, I love that game, but I wish it was over. I love it, but it is very exhausting. But hard work pays off in the end. I'm patient. I I know how this thing goes. It was a lot easier back in the day when YouTube first started out, or well, not really when it first started out. I would say 4 years ago. It was really, really easy to get off the ground. That's why some of these big YouTubers, they came straight off the ground, just because it was easier back then to. There's a lot of like new people that come into, especially with gaming channels. You got to do a lot of networking. And networking's not bad. I mean, that's how you meet people, but it used to be you could just start a channel up, play, get the gaming going, and then people would search for whatever they wanted in the gaming department. Will they be around? Well, they'll be around, but I'm I'm more than certain eventually it's going to be a paid service. They're starting it out already with that premium service with no advertisements, but eventually within the next 3 to 4 years, it's going to be, maybe sooner than that. It'll be a $20 a month service, and at that point, I'm sure you're able to play licensed music and things like that. I mean, if you just look at YouTube's got movies you can watch. You know, they're not the great. Some of them are decent, but they have you pay to watch a movie. Now, if you really think about that, if you're paying to watch a licensed movie on YouTube, who's to say you can't stream a licensed movie if you're paying for a service? You know, so I think eventually they're going to get to that point. You know, of course, those big guys that are making hundreds of $1,000s a month, it ain't gonna be nothing to them. They won't even know that money's out of their bank. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Like I'm partnered with YouTube actually, just because I was partnered with them. Oh gosh, a few years back. I would say, God, close to 4, and it was on an old account, but it still followed over. I don't know how they did it. It was a different email address, but I'm still partnered up with them. Just not. I used to be monetized too. They took my monetization, which I don't care about monetization because honestly, monetization is good for some, but you know, you really, 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 really got to watch what you do, and especially gaming channels because oh my gosh, it's just everything is so licensed. I mean, you would think that they give you an option to stream, but then you really have to be careful what you're streaming. You have to. It's not so much the video. Uh, oh yeah, Patreon. I heard that. Fear of the Pack. What is up? What is up? I know super chats. Google takes a nice little chunk of change from you when you do those. Or a decent, not like a heavy percentage, but it's enough. You'll notice it. But yeah, partner. To be honest, to me, only a partner is a good thing. I know a few people that just got partnered up with them, and the only thing that I can honestly say a partnership does for you is that you can actually. It's basically them verifying that you're not a spam account. I mean, you got more, especially now. It had more meaning back then, but they took certain things away. But you could say more things. You can be you got a little bit more leniency when it comes to certain little smaller details when it comes to get flagship and all that stuff. But monetization, I'll never do it. Thank you. Now, see you next time. Yep. Yep. I don't never want to be monetized. Nope. I mean, the people that get monetized, you know, it's good. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad for some. It's it's bad. Well, I got mixed feelings on it. It's if that's what you want to do, I mean, hey, go for it. Shoot, the sky's the limit. But there's a lot of got to be very, very careful because you get those strikes, man. I've been flagged so many times. It didn't hurt my account. Flags won't do nothing to you. Well, they can. I mean, eventually, if you keep getting them, if you get like 12 in a day or 13 in a day, they're gonna notice that and they're gonna count so many as a strike. But that it takes. I'm just example. Is all I'm throwing out there. But you just got to be very careful because flags turn when you go. Right now, you get flagged if you're not monetized, but once you get monetized, you get strikes, and you don't want that. You can contest it, of course, because there's a lot of people that try to strike your account, and you can contest it and get it good. Can't talk. Get back in good standings, but I don't know. I'm just gonna. If anything, if I did anything, I would just put a super chat. So here you go. If you want to do it, you want to do it. I don't care. If you want to donate, hey, I've never asked for one. Don't need it, but I'll never ask. Just there to be there. Like I said, I do this. This is a passion of mine. Doing this. I mean, I'm not good at arts and crafts. There was a time and a place because my mother did it for years. Uh, Auto mechanic. I mean, I'm decent at that, but oh my God, it'd take that one video. This is how you do. This is how you change a carburetor and the motor blows up. That's how you fuck it up. Viral yet? Where's my money? Shoot. So gaming, that's the thing that just kind of stuck with me all throughout the years, ever since the Nintendo days many years back. Golly, I remember that. I remember got my first Nintendo back in the 80s. Oh boy, I was happy as a bee. Santa Claus brought it to me. That son of a bitch. Oh, yeah. I gotta stop cursing. I really do. I don't mean to. I mean, I try to. Sometimes I slip up. I try not to do that. But man, if this was me 15 years ago, I was a little bit of a wild child, man. I thought I was 10 foot tall and bulletproof till I realized I wasn't bulletproof. Yeah. Found out that the hard way, man. Wrong place at the wrong time. And joined the service. Did that. And then really found out I wasn't bulletproof. Nor was I 10 feet tall. Shit. Got a little bit of a history. I should probably make a video on my life, so people can know me a little bit better than just hearing tidbits of my stories of my life. I've had quite a adventure in 37 years. It's been a wild ride, man. You know, had those ups and downs and misadventures and all that good stuff. Lost loved ones along the way, things like that, you know, life stuff. But, you know, I try to bring joy. I used to be the biggest asshole ever walked the face of the earth till I realized that don't get you nowhere. You know, it's like, well, they would call those trolls nowadays, but it was a little bit different back in my day. I used to be a very impatient person. You know, I used to be hot-headed to the extreme. Man, I'd look for a fight just to see if I could whoop his ass, you know. I realized I didn't win them all, so realized that didn't get me nowhere, and then eventually had kids and got married, divorced, did that whole rigmarole, had kids, and then, boy, once you have your kid, man, it turns you around real quick. Because then you have to stop back and use that moment of reflection. Do you really want your children to be like you were? God, no. I don't think I can handle, my heart can't. I'm too old to have a start like that. Shoot. You know, and my kids, my oldest, he's almost 18 years old. Oh my God, boy, he was like me. I had to shut that shit down real quick. God damn, when you look from the outside in, you see, man, that's your flesh and blood. That's the spitting image of you, and he's doing the same crap you were doing. I mean, he wasn't doing exactly what I was doing, but his mouth was talking too much. You know, I had a little bit of a hardship growing up. You know, I mean, I used to get treated like absolute garbage because my aunt and uncle adopted me when I was a kid. My biological parents didn't want nothing to do with me. I don't know. I had a brother and sister that died. They drowned when my mom was pregnant with me. They were over. I'm from Texas, so they went to a place called Lake Texoma up there, you know. And when my mom was pregnant with me, they were in the car. And if memory serves correct, what it was told to me, that the car there was a big family get together and whatnot, and the car. They were in the back seat. My mom's biological mom was getting some stuff out of the back, and they were in there, and the car got pushed out of gear or something, and they were both Jeffrey and my sister. They rolled off into the lake. They ended up drowning. They tried to save them and everything. It was way back when. Like I said, my mom was pregnant with me, and they ended up drowning. And that was kind of a tough thing. I go to their graveside every year, even though I didn't know them. Obviously, I was in my mom's stomach. So, and then I have a biological sister. I would have had two, obviously, like I mentioned, but I have one. We don't speak, and I would have had three brothers, two biological, and we don't really speak much anymore because we've had a big falling. My biological father passed away. My sister's a little bit of a, oh man, what's the word I could say without saying a derogatory term? She's a difficult person. I'm a positive person, mind you, now. And we don't speak because she's all about. My biological sister's been married 17 times. She cannot legally be married in the state of Texas anymore. There is limitations to how many times you can take a man for his money here. I'm sorry to say that, but that's what she is. She's a little bit of a piece of. She's something else. So we don't speak because we had a falling out. Called her out and stuff. But that's that needs no explanation there. A lot of people go through that. But yeah, my aunt and uncle adopted me when I was a kid, and I think that was my uncle. I call him my dad, and my mom. Oh God, man, or my mom aunt. You know what I'm saying? She didn't exactly treat me the best. I used to get the shit beat out of me so damn bad. I fear for my life. And you growing up as a kid, you a lot of times nowadays if that happens, a lot of kids are scarred. They're mentally scarred and physically scarred as well. Back then, I don't know if it's the mentality, but yeah, it was just I dealt with that every day. Every day, my mom used to drink real bad, drink real heavy, and used to knock me around everywhere, and then happened every day until I was 15 years old, and then she hit me for the last damn time, and I knocked her ass out. And I told her, don't hit me no more, don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me. I couldn't say it anymore. She put me in the hospital so many times. She knocked me out. I was in a coma for a week because she hit me over the head with a wine bottle. And enough was enough. You get to that point, that stage in your life where you're big enough to. You give somebody a warning. Got every right to defend yourself. 15 years old. It was May 12th. And she hit me. Oh, God, she was an evil fucking person, man. Pardon my language, but I get really strong-hearted when I speak of this stuff. She hit me for the last time. I didn't punch her. I slapped her so damn hard on the side of her head, and I said, you don't like it when, the tiger bites back. And that was it. Oh, that set her off. Told me to get out of the house. I said, gladly, baby. I said, that's the best. She goes, that's going to hurt you. I said, it don't hurt me. It's making me a hell of a lot stronger. So I lived, oh boy, I tell you, man, this one thing, before I continue on, this one thing my biological sister said to me, we tried to get on speaking terms a couple years back. That didn't work out. She called me a spoiled brat, rich kid. Well, one, it ain't all about the money. Everything I've earned on my own. Never had a handout like that. At one time. And I said, if you were calling me a spoiled kid, you really never knew who I was. You didn't understand what I went through. And she didn't, because she's always had everything handed to her. And that right there, when you've been through some hardships, and then somebody says that you haven't, they don't know you. I mean, now a lot of times this day and age, people say those words, but that's just, it means a little bit different than what it meant back in the day. I mean, it's all it's something else. But yeah, she told me to leave, and I said gladly. That's the best thing you said to me all day. And I said it ain't gonna hurt me. It's already made me stronger. So I lived on. Boy, I tell you, I lived on. I was couch jumping. I was couch jumping, and my uncle, he saw my mom hit me this one time. Woo, boy, this one time. What's up, Molly? How you doing? Welcome. I'm just talking about my life, the stuff I've been through. And he saw my mom hit me, and I swear to God, man, I thought my dad was the Hulk. My dad never hit a woman, not one time. My dad is a very patient man. I guess that's how it's Oklahoma in him, I guess. I don't know. I make fun of him. I love him. But he picked her up and said, why don't you hit me? Meanwhile, I was on my way out the door, packed everything. Now, granted, back then, the juvenile rules, as I want to call them, are just a tad bit different than they are now. If you walk out that door and you're underage, things can happen. A lot of times the parents get in trouble for that shit, but they don't really understand what's going on. So I remember my dad, he goes, look, this is where I learned auto body. I've learned auto body ever since I could walk, you know. And he actually got an apartment for me in his name, and I stayed there. Obviously, I was a minor. I couldn't really let them know that, but he understood how that went. He said, well, your mom don't want you back. And I said, I don't give a shit. I don't want to go back. I'm afraid that she's going to kill me. I mean, she put me in a coma for a week. You know, that's close enough. You know, it wasn't fun, and threatened me if I said anything, this, that, and the other. I didn't want to be around that, and I mean, I couldn't. You try to tell people, I mean, my mom knew a lot of people. That's the scary thing. She knew a lot of people that definitely didn't. I don't know. You know, no one believed a word I'd say anyway. Back then, I was a kid, so I didn't know shit. So it was what it was. So I got an apartment. I worked auto body with my dad, paid that rent. He said, look, I'll pay this up he paid a year on that apartment. My dad, at that time, man, he's been doing body work ever since he back then, he never graduated high school when required. He went to trade school back then. The rules were a little different. He's been doing auto body since he's 15 years old, and he can outdo a lot of these young bucks nowadays. And even for a guy of his age, he can outdo him. But he said, I'll pay this up for a year, but if you show up late for work one time, hey, this is the real life, because real life ain't gonna wait for you. You can't wait on real life. You gotta get on your game. We didn't use that word, but you know what I'm saying. I never did. I never missed. And you know what? He helped me build my character. He goes, I don't want you to be like her. Would you ever be? It saddens him to have seen all that. He didn't think that she would do anything. That it was just me. He never did anything with my cousins or anything. You know, again, I'm adopted, so I've been around them so long. I call them my brother and my sister. So she favored them, obviously, clearly. But anyway, I'd never missed a day of work. In fact, I went to school, went to work. You know, I focused on making myself a better person, making sure I was never a part of that. Shit, man. If I did the slightest thing, I couldn't do anything right with my mom, man. I mean, she beat me with everything she could. If I found a switch, she found a wooden paddle. If I found a wooden paddle, she'd find a tire iron. It didn't matter. Damn, she used to fucking beat me until I couldn't breathe. I couldn't cry. It hurt so bad. You know what I mean? You know that cry that you have that you're trying to cry but no words come out? Yeah. Oh, shit. I wasn't even looking at the damn time. I keep forgetting I'm not on my PlayStation. Or not on my OBS. Can't see the chat. There we go. Yeah, it was a tough battle. And I'm not the only person in the world who's been through that, but this is me. She God dang, man, she used to put a bag over my head and choke me out, so I was almost passed out. Sometimes I was hoping that I wouldn't wake up. You know, that's not good. Good mentality to have, but you know, I didn't know the difference. I wanted to go. I was like, God, what? She? It's like she wanted to kill me, but then at the same time, she gave me that last little breath so she could do it again the next day. And she did. And she did. So after I slapped her, well, I slapped her, you could hear that from space because I said, well, don't ever put your fucking hands on me again. It's the last time you're going to be doing that, sweet cheeks. So then I threatened her too. I'm not going to lie because, you know, what you're doing when you do that to kids, you're building a monster. You're caging a beast, and when you let that beast out, he's going to take over the world, man. And I don't say that in literal sense, but he's gonna spread that anger and tyranny all over the place, and you don't want that. So ever since then, I mean, I don't speak to her anymore. I mean, this is how my mom does. Like the last time I actually been over there was a couple of Christmases ago, and we had a falling out again. Every time I see her or I've seen her in the past, I don't deal with her no more. I'm done with her. My dad I speak to, my brother, it's just a really fucked up family, man. I think me and my sister Sandy is the only one that came out normal. God, man, but you know, I'm surprised I'm not a beast. But my dad threw down a lot of words to me of wisdom, and kept telling me that you don't be like that. When you have kids, don't be like that. You know, he said, I don't remember verbatim everything he said, but you know, I got the message of what he was trying to tell me. So, yeah, I worked and worked and worked and worked and worked my ass off because I didn't ever want to be that person that had to go back. I didn't want to go back. Once I paid my dad back many a dollar. Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's why some of these kids nowadays, I hate my parents. Are they beating you? Are they calling you out of your name? What are they doing for you to say that you hate them? You know, and that's what I tell some of these kids. Oh, I didn't get my PlayStation 4. Oh, well, fuck you. You're salty. Go away. I mean, come on, man. You should be grateful you got parents that actually say I love you every night. I mean, things don't always go the way that you want them to, but at least it's going. Straight up. So, I remember I gave my dad a check for $25,000 on spot, man. When I started my career, took off, that's the first thing I did. I gave him money. So, oh man, when I had then I met my law just further down the road. I ended up meeting my ex-wife. We can talk about that for a minute. I got some stories about that shit, but that was a little backstory of my growing up years. I mean, I had some good times. The best time that I ever had was when I was away from that house, or my mom was at a bar. At least I knew. I was scared and I was happy at the same time, because I knew when she came back, I might as well not go to bed, because you know what? I wonder which rod she's gonna beat me with today. I think I got to choose my weapon at one point. You want to get hit with the wooden spoon, or would you like this metal fork? You pick, please. So, at least I got to choose. Don't get me. She wasn't exempt from options, I can tell you that. But I have to make jokes about it sometimes, you know. But the best time was when I was at my friend's house, when I was outside. I never wanted to go home. I tried running away one time. Shit, she found me. I was like, God damn it. What's next? Rabies shots from the Easter Bunny? Shoot. Actually, when I ran away, my dad went out of town. He flew out to Odessa, Texas, and went to go. I was like, can I go? Fuck. God, I don't want to be here. This bitch is going to kill me. Don't you see this? That was before he knew everything, because my mom put a gun in my head and everything. I kid you not. She goes, play Russian roulette. I'm like, what is that? You know, I was real little. And she lined me up to the kitchen, or in the kitchen, and put a plate on my head, and she said, I'm going to try to get it. I don't know if I can or not. You know, when I was a kid, I didn't think anything. Just when I was a little bit smaller and stupid. And I was like, oh, I was thinking, oh shit, I'm gonna fucking die. I am gonna die. At that point, something started clicking, and I am gonna die. She's gonna, she's gonna shoot my ass, man. What the hell? Damn, what am I? Damn it, man. Can't you put a bigger target on there at least? Jesus Christ. I mean, goddamn. Put a put a fucking pineapple or something. Give me a shot here. No pun intended. I'm talking about my childhood and growing up. Things that happened to me growing up. I'm trying to give some people some insight of my history, what I've been through growing up in the late 80s, early 90s era. To give, just to have a conversation. So later on, many years later, I ended up meeting my dear ex-wife. Dear ex-wife. I miss her, but my aim's getting better. You know, see what I did there? Yeah, we met, dated for a while, and then decided, let's get married. That sounds like a good idea. Shit. And I ended up having my first son, Phoenix. And hey, married life wasn't too bad. I'm enjoying it. It's pretty decent. Yeah, right there with you, man. Yeah, shoot. Yeah, some of us had some pretty interesting childhood. It it's a shame that we all have to experience this. And I'm just talking about this stuff just for conversation, just to a lot of people have a little bit more insight about me and what I've been through, and there's a point to this whole conversation too. I mean, it all goes back to me gaming and everything, and my military background and all that stuff. It all adds up. It'll all have a point at the end. But going back to my ex-wife, notice how I don't have much enthusiasm when I talk about that. Ex-wife. We met, had my first child, Phoenix. I was happy, man. I cried when my kids were born. God damn, I never thought I would do that. But when you see your own flesh and blood pop right out, you're like, holy crap, that's mine. I helped create that motherfucker. I'm just kidding. He's going through all the childhood. I love kids. I love kids. That was the happiest little thing. I loved it when he was newborn because he didn't say shit. That was the best part. He didn't talk. And he's a kid. Then he started walking and he started running, and some of the guns started driving eventually, and one of the cell phones and shit like that. I don't know. So anyway, yeah, went through that whole thing and went through the whole growing up years, and eventually he started having a mouth on him too. Good Lord! Like I said earlier, he was a spitting image of me. He talked and started getting a mouth on him, and partially my fault because I had a mouth on me when I was a kid, and I guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. And me and my ex, we split up because we weren't having, how do I say this? I wasn't having near as much sex as she was. Let's just put it that way. She loved men, except me. So, contemplate. So I came home from work one day, and it was our anniversary, mind you. And I see I'm having a good day. I'm gonna surprise her on our anniversary. Hey, what's these vehicles doing in my driveway? Let's go check this out. Oh boy. Oh goodness. I walk in, and my kids, they're a little bit older. I'm like, yeah, dang, where the hell is everybody looking around the house? Shit, what the fuck? I hear some little giggly noises going on, and you kind of know what's going to happen. I might. this blew my mind because you never think this shit's gonna happen to you. You never have that mindset. People think about it, but do they really know? Do they really think that it's actually gonna happen to them? No. You don't ever think about it. You might have insecurities here and there, but you don't ever think no matter what. Because when somebody says they love you, you think, hey, that's set in stone. That's cool. You might have your ups and downs along the way, but is it actually gonna happen to you? No, you don't think about it. Walk into the room. Well, there's two guys for every girl, I guess. I was like, well, this is weird. Oh, no, no, no. Her excuse was they're here to borrow sugar. Well, they found the honey pot. Just saying. But, yeah, you have to laugh. At the time, I wasn't laughing, but I think back on that. I'm like, this trick, man, she is a real piece of shit. My God. So, yeah. They're here to borrow sugar. I'm like, well, that's next guy's the milkman, right? Next guy, is he the wait? Aren't you the mailman? What the fuck you doing? Oh, I'm here to deliver a package. Yeah, that's clearly shit. Damn, no. I mean, he wasn't technically lying. I think he was being a smartass, but one guy knew about me, but I felt bad for the other guy because I have a feeling that he really legitimately didn't know about me because he had a lot of sincerity in his eyes, and you couldn't fake that for nothing. But this dude, the other guy that knew about me, he jumps up, with the thumb of God hanging down between his fucking legs, tries to go over there and get all flippity with me. I'm like, I wouldn't. I just go, dude, because I'm giving you an opportunity. You better take it. You better take it. But first, dude, put that fucking 30-06 between your legs away. Shit. You couldn't help but see that. Jesus Christ. I mean, come on, man. Just put the donkey dick hammer back away, bro. I mean, come on. You can't help but notice it. I mean, I turned my head and still could see it. Jesus. Oh shit, but it was crazy. But that was just, shit I had to deal with. Shit I had to deal with. And then, fuck, I don't even know. It's just crazy having to go through life thinking about that. And you're like, God, man, how can somebody just mess up? How can somebody just treat a marriage like it's just a piece of paper? You know what I mean? I just don't understand. I can never fathom that. I just don't understand why people, just throw the "I love you" word like it's just, oh, hey, it's a convenience thing. It shouldn't be. It should be deep down sentimental. It should be something that you take with you everywhere. But some people don't treat it like that, especially this day and age. People sure as hell don't treat it like it used to be. I mean, you won't. Bless the people that stay married forever, but a lot of relationships now they fight over the easiest things. They want to jump ship at the lightest things. They don't really cherish who they have, and they have good people. But it's bad apples are bad apples. So after that, I just went on a hiatus and just God, dated here and there and whatnot. And trust me. Trust me, I have dated some people. I've dated some women. Oh boy. Now, I'll leave that story for a different time because, well, man, I can't even have a straight face when I talk about that. Oh, man. I don't know if it was desperation. I think it was. Yeah, I'll think about that one. But then I was like, you know what? I gamed when I was gaming when I was younger. I know it was a stress relief because that's the only time I lost sight of. And this is going back to my younger days when my mom was doing her thing to me. I just had to. I focused on playing my game, and when I left when you're playing a game, you lose sight of where you're at. That's just what you do when you get immersed in a world, right? You just forget where you're at, and you just want to stay in there. You don't want to leave it. So that was the beginning of that. And through later on, like I said, through my misadventures, that I just started gaming and gaming and gaming more, and I was like, you know what? I mean, yeah, I want somebody, but I'm not in a rush because I just don't. It seems like every time I got with somebody, then it was just heartache after heartache, and why waste the time? So I put a lot of my effort into just gaming, and I lost sight. I was like, you know what? This is a stress reliever. This is what I like doing. I got out of it for a while. I just wanted to do me. I wanted to let loose a little bit. So I'd focus a lot on gaming, and so that's why I do it. That's why I do it even so more now. I mean, my wife now, she's great. We have our ups and downs here and there, but they're small, minor, and they're nothing compared to the shit that I've dealt with when I was a kid. God, no. No, she's great. And I need some water. Hold on. But you know, oh God, man, it's just the stress hits me. Work stress hits me a lot. And I deal with a boss that brings a lot of can bring a lot of stress to the table. And I do my grown duties, but then I get back on the game and I just lose sight again, and then I just focus on that. That's why I do it. That's why a lot of people. Well, not so much now because it's a trend now more so than it used to be years ago. But when I immerse myself, all my stress just it seems like it weighs off the table, just goes away, goes away, goes away. That's why I do it. That's why I do it because if there's a lot of gaming channels out there that do the same thing, but they do it for a different reason. I figured, why not share the thing that relieves your stress to other people? Maybe somebody will pick that up and they'll be like, okay, well, this stress, because there's a lot of people that don't game, but they don't fully understand it. So why not share that? Maybe somebody out there that's having going through the same situation as I went through when I was a kid. They might see that. They might get in there and say, "This is a way I can escape. I can escape all the stress that I'm dealing with where I'm at," and then it'll help them along the way. It's therapeutic, lack of a better word. It's therapeutic, and it's something that can escape all your troubles and your trials and tribulations that you're going through in your current life. That's why I do it. That's why I like to do it. It's not about money. It's not about financial gain or anything like that. I could give a shit less about. That's why I keep saying I don't want to be monetized. I don't care about it. That's not why I do it. I do it for a totally different reason. I do it for the right reasons. I do it for, awareness. I do it awareness. I do it for, just therapeutic reasons. I do it to hopefully somebody can pick up on, like I said, and it be their escape. Yeah, some people. Yeah, it's a way to let loose. Yeah, exactly, Molly. It's a way to just, forget where you're at. But I have drinking and gaming. Huh. Hmm. Hey, Warrior. How you doing? Thanks for stopping in. But yeah, that's my thing. That's why I do it. I do it for therapeutic reasons. I mean, people have their ways of handling, but why not share your passion with the rest of people, with the rest of the world if you can, you know? Why not? Why not show what you have your passion in, and then just share it with other people? That's the way I look at it. I'm doing good. I'm doing good, Warrior. I'm doing good. But yeah, that's me. That's what the stuff I've been through. I mean, I've been through quite a lot, quite a bit. But that's just a tidbit. That's just a piece of the ice connected to the big ass iceberg. So it's just, oh God, man, I've had a crazy world. But yeah, I gamed for therapeutic reasons and just escape the stresses of life, and it works. That is until I play Call of Duty, then it feels like it brings it all back. All back. I'm just kidding. No, seriously, yeah, it does. Brings the ball back. So that's a little bit of my wonderful past. Here, watch play. I'm late. That's okay. Hold on. Did I miss something? Oh, dinner's ready. Dinner's ready. What are you making, Molly? And what time can I come pick it up? So yeah, that's a little bit. I mean, experience it and then talking about it is obviously day and night. But it's sometimes I just sit down and I think about stuff like that. I think about the past and everything, and I like to vent about it. In a somewhat positive manner and share it. It's always best to share it. That's the best way to relieve the mental stress from it. Is to always vent it. That's why people vent. So it's best to talk about things. Sometimes it's hard for some people. They can't do it, and I understand that. But for me, I like to Jack Daniels. Oh, Jack! I thought you said Jack Daniels. Jack Daniels. That's all you're. That's for dinner. Woo wee! Hold on a minute. Wait a minute. Jack Daniels barbecue. Ah, well, shit. You had to put that in there, huh? Top sirloin and. I thought you just said Jack Daniels. I was reading that and I got mixed up with the Nightbot. I was say you're having Jack Daniels for dinner. Damn. Yeah. Woo wee. That's funny. But oh yeah. But anyway, more JDs and more Jazz. I knew you were gonna say that. uh, More just. Oh wait, that's like me going to the bar and the guy pouring the fireball in the shot glass and me taking the bottle and handing him back the shot glass. I tried to do that once. It's on a movie, but it doesn't work in real life. He wasn't happy about that too much. I was like, shit. He said, yeah, I thought that's what a double meant, but I pretended I couldn't count. Oh boy, that's too funny. Oh, Fireball whiskey. That's my drink right there. I drink that from time to time. Oh, I'm my college days, boy. I tell you what. Oh, there was that one ditch that I always woke up in. God, I miss that place. I'm just kidding. All right, Molly. I'll see you later. Enjoy that Jack Daniels barbecue sauce or barbecue. Uh-huh. Barbecue. More Jack Daniels. Hashtag more barbecue. More Jack Daniels and barbecue. Woo wee. What? What time is it? Damn, 64 minutes I've been on there? Jesus. What time is it? 3:31. Jeez Wheeze. I didn't know it was that late. But yeah, it's the best way to vent. That's me. And me personally, that's what I like to do. I like to talk. I like to vent. Share my past, despite it being interesting at best. I like to talk about it. Because I do. You sit there and contemplate it and then think about it. It's just like, you know what? Should always talk about it. To me, I enjoy doing that. So that's just the way it is. It's a crazy roller coaster ride of life. But what kill you don't make you stronger. I'm a strong believer in that. That's for sure. You can overcome that as long as you don't let let the horrors of your past overcome who you want to be. Then you're on the right track for greatness. Damn it, man, that makes sense. I should copyright that shit. But yeah, I just wanted to make this just to talk about real life stuff. You know, as you'll know, when y'all see me, I'm always behind that controller. I figured, why the heck not? Why not make this to have a little serious talk? I enjoy doing it. I enjoyed it, but it's a strange world we live in. You know, it's just the world's getting worse and worse. It seems like every day. Always something crazy going on in this world. Wish we had more control. Well, we got control of it, but people don't. A lot of people that do bad things don't have control, or they claim they don't. You know. But you can't change it. You can't change folks. That's why me and my mother don't talk no more. She can't change who she's stuck in her way. She's gonna be who she wants to be, and my kids don't have nothing to do with her, and that's probably for the better. It's best that she stay away. She does her thing. I do mine. We're good. You know, I'm too grown to go back in time and having to. That's a relationship that'll never be fixed. Unfortunately, I mean, I wish things were different, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Sad truth, but hey, all good. All good, man. All good. But shit, what time is it? Cuss a little bit more than I wanted to, but you know, sometimes I get really passionate about speaking about stuff like that. Sometimes language comes out, and I apologize for the words, but that's the only that I'm very expressive when I speak about things, and I feel like certain words are necessary for certain sentences in a conversation to have the true effect of the message you're trying to get across. So sometimes the words you need to say, some of the words you just need to say. So very expressive about that. I don't go out. You won't hear me in a conversation saying, "Hey, motherfucker, fuck, freaking, bleep, bleep, bleep." I won't do none of that. But if there's a conversation that I'm passionate about and I start talking this real life stuff, it's kind of hard not to throw that effect into the mix. So that's where a little bit of the cussing comes from. Like I said, I don't like to do that, but can't help it sometimes. Especially in my industry, it's just stress is real. But that's where the gaming comes from. That's where. Hey, Equinox. Yeah, I'm about to have to shut it down in a minute. About to have to shut it down a little bit. Probably in the next 2.5 minutes, I'm gonna lock her down. Gotta finish up some stuff and then do that. But I appreciate everybody listening to this whole little hour-long conversation. You know, it's this thing I feel like, because a lot of people don't really speak of their past. They don't. I don't know if they just don't. I think it's always best to get to know people on a personal level. Because if you know where they came from, you know where they're going, you know where they've been. You know what I mean? That's getting in personal. I got no problem of speaking or answering questions. Speaking of anything to do with me, I mean, I got an answer for every question basically. When it comes to me, I mean, I know who I am. I've been around some people that everybody should know where they've been in their life. Obviously, I mean, the past. You've already walked the path of the past. I mean, you just don't know where you're going unless you time travel. But you should always be able to answer questions about your past and where you come from, what happened to you back then. But that's why I did this video. I just wanted to give people a little idea of me. I mean, I think I turned out all right, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm a pleasant person. I mean, I try to be courteous to everybody, no matter where you come from. Unless you're my neighbor, then they're assholes. They really are. My neighbors are, oh my God. Yeah, that's a topic for another day. They're hard to deal with, let's put it that way. You should be, because, Jesus Christ, you know, I mean, it's a very expensive place to live at, and they shouldn't be. Anyway. But yeah, I just feel like I just needed to express my history. Why not? You know, it's conversation. You know, I play games to vent stress, and then it's a passion of mine. I enjoy it, and then there we go. That's why I do it. That's why I make gaming channels. There's a reason why I do it. More so, not just because I want to do it. There's a reason for it. And it's something I really, really enjoy, and why not spread the love? Anyway, I'm going to have to call this video. I definitely appreciate everybody listening to me talk forever in a minute. And I will definitely, hopefully, see y'all in the next one, baby.